Hello everyone, my name is Isaac, but you can call me Weavile. Welcome to my first ever YouTube series, where we will be playing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon White 2. Now this Nuzlocke will have a little bit of a twist, as it's a challenge that I came up with myself, called a minimal captures run. Well, as far as I know I came up with it at least, but here are the rules. If a Pokemon faints, it's dead, you can no longer use it. You cannot over-level the next gym leader's level cap. You're only allowed one encounter per gym badge. You're allowed to heal in battle, and you always have to play on set mode. And to explain the rules a little bit further, you can pick up your encounter in whichever route you want, as long as it's before the next upcoming gym. And personally, I will not be playing with a starter Pokemon. I will be replacing my starter as soon as possible. Now this challenge is gonna be fairly tough, since you're only gonna be able to get 9 encounters for the entire run, which is also why I've decided not to do a hardcore playthrough of it. But with all that said, let's get into it.
Let's do this.
Now, our journey starts by getting a starter Pokemon from Bianca. Now, as I explained before, this Tepig will be replaced as soon as possible, but for now, it's gonna have to do. Now, some of you might wonder why I'm not gonna be using my starter Pokemon. It's simply because I enjoy the mystery of not knowing what sort of Pokemon you'll be having on your team, and your starter Pokemon is pretty much always gonna end up being one of the strongest Pokemon on your team, and I like the little extra challenge by not using it. Now our rival is gonna end up using an Oshawott for the remainder of the run, but since I don't know what team I'll be using, that doesn't really matter. And now, let's just get through this first rival battle so we can continue on our journey. And now, let's journey forward so we can get our real starter Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, dude. No, oh, jokes aside, I thought I should explain why I specifically chose Pokemon White 2 to do this challenge in. It's basically because there's a lot of different Pokemon, a lot of different encounters that I could possibly get, and I just think that's a lot more fun. The encounters are from many different regions and stuff like that. And that gives me the opportunity to build a really cool and interesting team, or the opposite. But before we can go and pick up our first encounter, there are some trainers in the way that we're gonna have to take care of. Now I've decided to pick up my encounter in the ranch up ahead, because there's a lot of really cool possible encounters you can get there, like Riolu or Mareep. I would even be pretty happy with a Psyduck or Pidove, wouldn't be that bad honestly. Now the only encounters I really don't want is a Surreal, Patrat, or a pickup Lillipup. The Lillipup wouldn't be awful, but the pickup ability would just be very unfortunate. Because if you didn't know, the pickup ability will turn into Sandrush when it evolves, which is a... yeah, not a great ability, while Vital Spirit will turn into Intimidate when it evolves, which is obviously amazing. And the reason why this first encounter is so important is because it's obviously going to have to replace my starter, but it's also going to be my only Pokemon I have access to up until after the first gym. So it's very important that this first encounter is going to be pretty solid, because it's going to have to solo this whole first part at least, up until the next gym. And now I would just like to remind you guys that a subscription, like, or comment would be very much appreciated. And if you do comment on the video, I will make sure to answer every comment that I can, as I am very excited and curious to know what people think about my videos. And now that we have finished these trainers off, let's go up quickly to pick up my first encounter. Alright, here we go. What are we going to get? Give me something good. Yeah, not really my dream encounter, but as I've explained before, Lillipup is actually not an awful encounter. Having access to early stab moves is always a good thing. And also potentially having access to an ability like Intimidate is also incredible. Now, I did forget to check what ability my Lillipup had right now, but I will get to that later. But now the next thing we need to do is get our little Lillipup in battling shape. So we need to grind it up a couple of levels before it's ready to take on the gym or some trainers. And so, commence the training montage. Yeah, lucky for us right now, we're still in the early game, so grinding is fairly fast, which is nice. And now we're just gonna put our Tepig in the box, because I forgot to do that before. And it is also here that I realized my Lillipup has a quiet nature, which is not fantastic. And it's also now that I remember that I have not checked its ability. So now after a quick heal here, I will get right to that, in hopes that my little Lillipup has the Vital Spirit ability. So now let's see, what do we have? Yeah, again, another tough break. Not only do I not get the encounters that I want, my little Lillipup also has an awful ability and bad nature. This almost couldn't have gone worse. But at least it's not an Azurill. I think I would have been completely screwed at that point, and I also think I would have had to restart the entire challenge. But now let's just continue through the story as we head back to the ranch and get ready for our second rival battle. So here we go. Let's hope our little Lillipup is ready. Yeah, now if you wonder why my name is Isako5 in the game, it's because I started recording the gameplay before I created my channel, so I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna call myself on YouTube just yet, so yeah. Just ignore that for now. That will be changed in future videos. Yeah, that ended up being fairly easy, as my Lillipup leveled up to level 9 as well. That is something that I'm gonna have to keep in mind as well, as one of the rules, of course, was I cannot over-level the next gym leader's level cap. And this gym leader's level cap is 13, so I have to be a little careful, especially since I don't have very many encounters. Only one, of course. And now these guys, I'm not exactly sure what it is they're talking about. I can't be bothered to read, but I know they need help finding their dog or something like that. So let's go do that, while also taking care of some trainers. As I'd like my Lillipup to at least be level 10 by the time we leave this ranch and carry on through the game. Now these trainer battles here are nothing really to see, as my Lillipup at this point is just taking care of everything quite easily. And I will also be taking advantage of these guys who heal you every time you go and talk to them, which is very nice. And now let's continue up ahead to take care of some more trainers. Yeah, nothing at this point is really giving me much trouble. Since I'm only using one Pokemon, my Lillipup gets to a good level really fast. Not that these trainers are supposed to be particularly challenging anyways. But I promise you, as this challenge goes on, at least in the upcoming episodes, this challenge will become increasingly harder. Because every time I get a new encounter, or if one of my encounters were to faint, that severely hinders me in the future. And yeah, right there we can see the missing dog and a mysterious man. Of course, we're gonna have a wild encounter just before that, and it's our little Lillipup's twin sister. But yeah, let's just run away real quick so we can head on our journey. Yo, he smacked the dog. Anyways, he'll be leaving shortly. He'll throw me a TM21 frustration. It could be a solid move right now in the beginning, but I'm not going to use it. And yeah, that's mostly because I completely forgot about it. But now we can finally give this guy his dog back, or his herdier. I've been calling it a dog this whole time, but it's a herdier. Hugh tells him to take better care of it. Yeah, I would agree. These Team Plasma members usually don't have much more than a weak little purloin or something like that. That herder must be at least level like 18. But now let's leave the ranch and let's start heading back so we can take care of this gym. But first, I do know that we're gonna have to challenge some kids in Alder's house, or whatever it is. That's why I just checked to make sure my Lillipup was fully healed to be ready for this battle. Now, these battles aren't very hard, but I really want to make sure that I play things safe. I do not want to lose right now. So let's just pick up this item real quick, and then we're gonna head into the house and get ready for some battles. Okay, that went by a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, but we still have one more to go. Okay, there we go. That was easy, as Lillipup grew to level 12 as well, so he's getting dangerously close to the level cap. But as long as we just head straight to the gym, we shouldn't have any problems. But first we talk to this metal guy, someone who I personally do not like at all. And if you have ever accidentally started talking to him while in a Pokemon Center, you know exactly why. Now, let's head straight to the gym. Oh no, Alder. Don't do it again.
Oh, my back again.
Come on, dude. But this time he doesn't just want to talk, he gives me some orange berries, which is nice. That is going to help me in the gym. And yeah, it's pretty much at this point where I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about the upcoming gym. I have had many runs before and in Sharon's gym. For him to have access to setup moves this early on in the game is pretty overpowered. And because I only have one Pokemon, I pretty much just have to get lucky and hope that he doesn't use his setup moves, or at least doesn't attack afterwards. Because after one or two workups, I'm not really gonna stand a chance anymore. But I believe in our little Lillipup. I know we can do it. I know our little Kendrick can do it. I forgot to mention it before, but the naming theme I'm using in this video is rappers. It was chosen by my friend, so my little Lillipup is little Kendrick Lamar. And now we're in the gym. Let's see if we're ready. Can Kendrick the Lillipup handle this gym all by himself? Now let's get to battling. Now these trainers shouldn't be that hard. They don't use any setup moves, and their Pokemon isn't particularly strong. But neither is my Lillipup, so have to be careful. But yep, the first trainer was easy. We two-shot both his Pokemon as we hit level 13, the level cap. Now let's get on to the next. Yep, same story there. Two-shot both our Pokemon. Now, let's get ready for the gym leader. Just gonna make sure I'm fully healed beforehand. Also gonna give Lillipup one of the orange berries that Alder gave us, just in case. And now we're ready to take on Sharon, the first gym leader. And we did it! We beat Sharon, the first gym leader. It wasn't actually that hard. We kinda lucked out also with him not using too many workups. Now this was actually a huge relief because Sharon is kinda known for being a big run ender this early on in this game. And yeah, that is the first episode done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll make sure to get my next video out as soon as possible. And please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you again in my next episode. Thank you guys. Goodbye.